Hello everybody, welcome back to Puck Pals. My name is Noah, and today we're moving along with a special guest, and we have somebody that I met when I joined the Worcester Railers and the Worcester Railers Bando training. He is somebody that grew up in Marlborough, Massachusetts, played in the NHL, represented Team USA. He was the captain of the Worcester Railers and now serves as the youth hockey director for the Worcester Railers. I'm very excited to talk to you today. Welcome, Bobby Butler.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So now I want to talk to you about is how did you fall in love with hockey? Was there any person in your life that made you fall in love?
Yeah, I don't think I knew any better. I grew up in a hockey rink. My dad was coaching Marlborough High, and there's a picture of me learning how to skate with high schoolers in their full gear on top of me with a milk crate next to me. So I think my dad has told me that the second I hit the ice and could stand up, I just kept going.
Did the Bruins, whenever you were growing up, did Bobby Orr was he playing for the Bruins when you were growing up?
I don't really remember that young. I remember playing a lot of hockey, so I definitely watched all the Rock'em Sock'em, all those videos, and I kind of just played because I loved it. And someone I really followed as I got a little older, like in middle school, and was Ray Bork and Joe Sakic. Kind of those guys kind of brought me to the game.
What did they play for Marlborough High School?
No, those are NHLers. Ray Bork,
Yeah,
long time.
I've not heard of them before.
Yeah. And Joe Sakic, was my favorite hockey player. Like, who's your favorite hockey player?
I like
NHL?
McDavid.
Yeah.
And I also like McAvoy.
Yeah. So Joe Sakic was my guy. That kind of I loved watching and watched how he shot the puck, all that stuff. But he was kind of my McDavid, you could say.
What team did he play for?
He played for the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I'm gonna search him up after this. I wanna learn more about him. Did you ever think growing up the game would take you this far?
No, definitely not. It's a beautiful game. It's something I grew up just right from the start loving and always had a stick in my hand. But for sure, never thought I'd still be in it. Whether I'm not playing anymore, but shaping and helping young athletes learn the game and love the game like I did, and hopefully give that same experience I had and help kids like you and your brother and my kids the same experience, and all like still in the game, still loving going to the rink. Don't feel like I have a job. I'm just going to the rink and trying to help kids and help them have fun.
When you were growing up, did you see yourself as a coach?
No, definitely not. My dad's known as Coach Butler, so when I started coaching and people started to ask what I was to be called, it was not Coach Butler. So just because he's kind of the OG with that, and but no, I think once I got on the ice with my own son, and then I kind of learned what the junior railers was all about when I was done playing. I saw my dad do it growing up. He was running Tribal Youth Hockey, same thing, and 501(c) nonprofit. So it was in my future, but I didn't see it, and I'm just happy and lucky to say that I'm a director of hockey and get to be at the rink as a job.
And I heard that your dad was the coach for the Marlborough High School team when you were growing up, and how was that whenever you played for the Marlborough?
It was awesome. I obviously grew up going, like I learned how to skate with those guys helping me. I learned how to play. And then I was lucky enough with my dad coaching, I got that extra ice time, get to go on after practice, during practice. And then as I got into 5th, 6th, 7th grade, I finally had some high school goalies that would take me serious and allow me to work on my craft after practice. When they were done practicing, I remember one goalie would stay out and we just go one-on-one and he'd take me serious. And for me, that was cool as a 7th grader, trying to light up a junior who – and eventually was my senior teammate when I became a 8th grader and made the varsity team. So it's just cool when I was able to get that extra experience and kind of grow up in a locker room.
Definitely. I was searching up a clip from you yesterday from the NHL. I think you were playing for the Ottawa Senators, and your shots were nasty. That definitely took a big take in that.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I think all the shooting pucks in my driveway, and then all the extra ice time shooting on goalies that might have been older than me. I had a good friend that played goalie in college, and me and him, we'd go to 6 a.m. Westboro Rink, and I'd sneak in. We'd not sneak in. We were able to get in. We knew the guy that ran the rink, and I'd climb through the little hallway to flick the lights on, and just that extra time, those extra reps, and having a goalie that was on the kind of same path, trying to get into school to use hockey for an education. It was always good to have those guys.
Oh, just to make sure, that rink was Naven, right?
Oh no! So I grew up. We actually trained at Holy Cross, and we'd have access to the Westboro rink. We'd hit that on the way from Marlborough. We go to Westboro, get on the ice, hit some skills, me and my brothers, and then we'd go and start training. So that was kind of what the summer looked like for a long time. We also went to Worcester, Buffon, and the late Mr. Nick Panucci, senior. He always took care of us, and of course down at the Marlborough Sports Center, West Tuttle, again, the late West Tuttle. Without guys like those allowing us, and Greg Boudelaire was Westboro, but those guys, all three of them, kind of without those guys allowing a kid like me and my brothers on the ice, just because we loved the game, it really helped us get better and bring us to that next level.
Yeah, it sounds like you were all around the rinks whenever you were growing up. What teams did you play for?
I grew up playing for the Minutemen Flames and Tribal Youth Hockey, so I kind of was able to do both, and lucky to have my high school buddies that I played with, and with Tribro, and lifelong friends, and then again a couple Flames players I grew up with playing. We actually went to UNH together, so it made my transition into college a lot easier. Going to school with two kids that I grew up since I was a mite, so it's pretty definitely lucky in that aspect.
Yeah, I know. Whenever you went to UNH, you won the Hobie Baker. You were the Hobie Baker finalist. That's huge. I was searching that up yesterday, and that's like a big award.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cool. We had a great team that year, and I was just lucky to be nominated. But without my teammates that year, and we had great coaches. Without those guys, I wouldn't have been there. So, but yeah, it was definitely quite the honor, and great way to finish up my college career.
And how did your college career help you in the pros, would you say?
I think it really helped me in the pros. Having a routine, coming to school. We had set workouts during the week that we had to be up for. We had practices, set times. We had goalie skates prior to practice, and I just kind of got used to, honestly, being in the rink just as much, if not maybe a little more than class. So that kind of helped with the pro. The pro in college is different. Obviously, you practice more, play less games. In pro, you're playing 80 games, so it's a little different. You don't practice as much, but it definitely helped me get ready for pro.
And you went undrafted, but still made it in the NHL. So now I'm wondering, what made you keep going through like those hard times?
There was a lot of ups and downs. A lot of hard times that just motivated me in the gym and in my driveway. When people were out hanging out and going to the football games and stuff, I was playing, I was working out, shooting. I definitely sacrificed a lot, but again, it's allowed me to still be in hockey to this day. So I think a lot of sacrifices that help with that, and I'm just lucky to be where I am.
It definitely helped out a lot because you played for the Ottawa Senators, New Jersey Devils, Nashville Predators, and the Florida Panthers. What do you think? And overseas, forgot to mention that, and overseas. What would you say your best NHL team was that you played for?
Well, I was just lucky to play for all those teams again, but I think I had great teammates at all the places. Definitely made a lot of memories being in Ottawa the longest, but again, all places were welcoming, and just very lucky to anytime I could throw a jersey on and skate on an NHL arena. I was very fortunate, and just brought me back to childhood. I just loved to play the game and just had a stick in my hand all the time and always wanted to get better.
I thought you were going to say Florida because, like, you're next to the beach, It's nice warm outside after you're in the cold rink. But I did not know you're an Ottawa Senators the longest. I did not know that. But, yeah, that probably makes sense. You learn more memories. But from switching teams, how did you adjust to, like, all those changes?
Yeah, it's something that as every year came and I had to change, it honestly, I met a lot of people every year. I had new teammates. It was hard in the fact that I was basically earning my contract every year. But when my first year, rookie year, we won the Calder Cup in the AHL, which is the league right below where you win the Stanley Cup. That experience as a rookie, but just winning, being a winner, helped me make those transitions easier because again, the different teams want that experience with their young guys. So I was able to continue to get a job over in the AHL and NHL. So I think just getting to know new teammates was at first hard, but then you just hang out. You're in the locker room. It's just like you're a kid. So it's makes it easier to, oh, you know him. You played with him here. Yeah, we were friends. That boom, we're instantly friends. So I think the hockey world is such a small world where I get into a new locker room. There's someone on my new team that I played with one of their old teammates. So I think that makes the transition easier, and it definitely helped me changing from year to year.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about the new cities you traveled to? Because you must have traveled around the world. You went overseas. You went to the Olympics too.
Mm.
So how was it traveling around the world?
No, it's awesome. I could get through what's it called? When they check your bags, I can get through there pretty quick from all the traveling. But no, it was awesome. Like my son was born in Texas. My son learned how to walk in Sweden. He got his first haircut in Sweden. Like there's a lot of memories in all these different places that make each one unique. And like I love San Antonio, loved Ottawa. Really, we could set up there as a family and live in pretty much every spot that we went to. But just getting those experiences, like how often am I going to travel to San Antonio now that I have kids? So there's some cool spots that we were able to visit, and just made for a fun year to year to see where are we going next.
Yeah, I actually lived in Texas before, and that's how I got into hockey. Actually, watching Mighty Ducks one night, and that inspired me to play.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of hard in Texas. It was hot, but we made it work, and this is how I'm here talking to you,
That's
a
awesome.
former NHL player.
Yeah.
And but now I want to talk about the Olympics now, because like I just want to know, what do you think is harder, the NHL or the Olympics? Because they're both like hard things to like get into and to like play.
Yeah, I think both are really hard, obviously. And when I went to the Olympics, it was obviously a little different. There was no NHLers, so just the fact that myself and a couple guys were the only ones playing over here in the AHL, and the rest came from Europe. I think that was a huge accomplishment, but for us, and I think I was just playing well at the time. I was in Milwaukee, and the coaches there gave me every chance to play well. They knew I was on the radar. I trained with one of the assistant coach's sons that summer, and he had told me at the end of the summer before the season started, said, "Hey, just so you know, we're going to keep an eye on you. You might have a chance." After that, it was all in my control, and I was very fortunate to have great teammates in Milwaukee when they were during that few months where they were watching all the games and seeing how they wanted to build the Olympic roster. So I was very fortunate to have awesome leadership in Milwaukee, and was playing well. They gave me every chance to succeed on the power play and everything. So again, without my teammates, the coaching staff, and the Milwaukee brass, I wouldn't have been able to make the Olympics. So I'm very thankful for that. And it was just, that year was unbelievable, and just everything with my dad. I don't know if you saw the clip of me telling my dad, and kind of blew up. So that's just lifelong memories I can have. I can tell my kids, and it's just something we'll hold close to the heart.
I actually did. I saw that yesterday. Actually, last night, whenever I was reading about you, I saw that, and that was really like wholesome and nice.
Yeah, it was very impromptu. He was in town just watching us, and he was always come to practice and just stand above and steal drills with a video, like his phone. He'd be, because he's a coach, so he always, whenever he saw new drills, he'd want to video them. But then they had told me that morning, I called them down, and that's, the video says the rest.
Yeah, it's really nice. Whenever you played in the Olympics, though, was there a moment where like you still remember today that gives you chills?
Yeah, opening ceremonies was pretty epic. Walking walking with my teammates, all geared up in the Polo Ralph Lauren outfits, the hilarious gloves we had, and it was just fun. It was something that, again, I had one chance to do it. It was unbelievable, and I was able to stay for closing ceremonies, which was even cooler. But I think once we got there, it was kind of like, oh, here we are. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's really nice. So I want to know now. So you went from varsity. Did you go to did you play for the AHL, or like how did you, or did you go to the NHL? Like how did you?
So when I finished, I was at UNH my senior year. Right after we lost our last game right before we didn't make it to the Frozen Four. We lost the game right before. That next day was a Sunday, and I spent the whole day narrowing down teams that I was going to play for. I had a handful of teams that wanted me to come play. Right, so essentially, excuse me. Essentially, we sat there all day, and my agent was there just talking to teams, what they're kind of offering, and by the end of the day, it was Ottawa wanted to sign me. They wanted me to come right and play my first game in a couple of days from there. And so we chose Ottawa. And so basically I lost on a Saturday, chose where I was going on a Sunday, and I think I was on a flight on Monday heading to Washington to join the Ottawa Senators.
Busy schedule.
Yeah.
And then after that, you went to the Olympics? Or the Olympics?
No, that was when I was. That was probably 10 years earlier.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was 2011 when I turned pro, and then I went to the Olympics in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you finished in the AHL for Railers, right?
So I finished in the AHL with Hartford. Then I got my job with the Junior Railers.
Oh, okay.
A year and a half later, I came out of retirement and played January on with the Railers, and then that summer, the former captain, now coach, had asked me to come out and see if I wanted to run it back and do a full season, and so as a family decided we'll do it, and that's when I became the captain of the Railers. And my kids were young where they forgot when I ended with Hartford, so for them and for the kids I was coaching, maybe they would start listening and actually believing what I'm teaching them by seeing me play. And I think that was a fun year, that full year playing as a captain with the Railers.
Yeah, I went to the opening night for the Railers, and it was really nice. I got to see the captain. I got to see the assistant captain. I can just imagine you there being the captain, skating around.
Yeah.
That must have been really nice. Especially, you probably met a lot of people now. Do you still keep in touch with them? Like almost all of them?
Yeah, we see. It's just hockey's such a small world that we see each other around. It's like we haven't. It's like we haven't missed the beat. So hockey's such a tight knit community. It's fun seeing, like, the second you see someone from your past, it's like all the memories pop up. So it's nice seeing that and seeing those guys. So yeah, a lot of guys I played high school against now coach in the Railers or coach with the Flames that I know. So I definitely met a lot of people through the game of hockey.
Definitely, yeah. Now let's talk about some insights you'll give to young players like me. What would you give?
Let's start with, honestly, first you got to love the game. And then from there, you're just got to be willing to learn. And there's so many things hockey can give a kid where, again, I think I'm a rarity how I made it so far. I didn't have any plans of that. I just love the game. My dad said, "You're going to skate here?" I go, "All right, sounds good." Like, I kind of just loved watching the game, loved playing it, loved getting better, like working at my house, stick handling, shooting pucks, doing just little things that I just did. No one told me to. So I think if you love the game, whatever sport it may be, just keep trying to get better, keep trying to learn, watch the sport if it's on TV. It's because hockey is a simple game. It's just the quicker you learn how simple hockey can be, the more fun you're going to have, and the better your team at that given time will do. It's just, hockey's such a good sport. It just gives you a lot, not only on the ice, but just in life in general.
Mhm. Yeah, I have to agree. On the ice, you have like more creativity, and there's like you can be like creative. You can be like follow the rules. It like depends. But like off the ice, like you get to learn more people like about you. You learned about a lot more people. You traveled the world. You did a lot throughout your years. Um, I want to know now from like growing up and being in the pros. What is one myth you wish that young players would understand?
See, this one I don't really know. What's something that you've heard about pro hockey that I can tell you is either true or false?
Um, I no, I mean like
Well, here, so everyone's like, "Oh, how is everyone taking care of your bag and stuff?" And in the NHL, I'm like, I packed my own bag. I helped the equipment guys. Like, just being a good person. Like, just because I was making good money, but I I didn't feel I wanted someone to like answer to my beck and call, I guess you'd say. It's just being, again, hockey players are great guys and great people. So like I think the biggest myth of like kind of being taken care of. Yes, we're taken care of when you're in the NHL, but it's also just being a good guy and carrying your bag 20 feet to get it to the plane. You know what I mean? Get it on the bus or whatever. It's just being a good person. I think helps, and it helped me continue to play as long as I could.
cuz I see like they do like cutscenes in the NHL, and then I just see the players throwing their gloves to the equipment manager, and then they're heating it up so it's not that sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, again, the equipment managers are the best. That's why like all the closest friends that weren't like the head coach, assistant coach, where the equipment guy was the people that took care of your body every day. Like you have to be super nice to those guys because they're there for you. So like to be a punk to them is not cool. So like yeah, I was a guy that would throw my gloves to the equipment guys, but I was also friends with them. You know what I mean, outside the rink. So it's just being a good person, good human being, and yeah, I love getting fresh mitts in between during the
Yeah.
game.
They do more than they think.
Yes,
Yeah.
that can be seen. They on TV you see them just catching gloves, but those guys grind. They're sharpening skates. They're checking in, making sure everything's good for me. Let alone they have 20 other guys that they're also doing the same thing. So those guys are rock stars.
Yeah, definitely. So for like you were talking about like 20 other guys, and I'm wondering how many players were there when you're growing up, like for each team, like for like the NHL and like the leagues you play. Cause like for us, there's only like 15 players.
Yeah.
But now I'm wondering, like, do you have like 20, 25? Cause like,
Yeah, it's so like in pros, it's you get 12 and 6 can dress 2 goalies, but you might have 2 to 3 other forwards, two other D that are fighting to get in the lineup. So again, you're pro hockey, you're friends and teammates with everyone, but there's also someone trying to steal your job. So you're again, you have to work hard every day. You have to show up. You have to be a professional, and so yeah, it's you're grinding every day. So it's not as cool as everyone may think because your line's on the job, whether it's every day, every season, depending on what kind of contracts you sign.
yeah, there's definitely a big grind to make it to pro hockey for sure. Um, Cause you were saying like you grew up, you always shot pucks. Cause we can tell from the clips. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to learn from you. I'm definitely gonna have to watch. My shots are not very good.
It's not rocket science. You got to get in your driveway, get in the gym. You got to shoot pucks. You got to work out. You got to get stronger, and it's all about muscle memory.
Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll have to shoot more pucks. You know. And you're saying like in like the end of your career, you were like the youth hockey director for the Railers.
Yeah.
That your story is like such a full circle. You know, like you grew up, and then you went to the NHL, and you did like a whole, and then now you're helping back to the community. Like you're doing like a full circle. So like, what inspired you to keep a role with the young players?
Honestly, I think maybe deep down, I saw my dad do it for myself and my brothers. I was having young kids. I knew they'd be in the game at some point, and then yeah, I just got approached or went through the process of trying to get the job. And I know the facility in Worcester's beautiful, and it's a great community. And I know it's just something that I said, let's go with it, and I think it's been awesome. It's the long it's nice to be wanted. Like when I started the job, and then they kind of committed me to a couple years. Like it's the first time I signed longer than a 2-year contract. So it's nice to be wanted, and being the director, it's been fun, and I've learned a ton, and I'm learning more every day. But it's definitely full circle. Starting in youth hockey with my dad, running it and making sure we have good practices, good coaches, to now doing it for my kids. It's pretty cool.
For being the director, what is one thing that you hope every kid learns from beyond scoring and winning?
It's just teamwork. You gotta be able to be on a team, buy into what the coach is doing, be on the same page as your teammates. Because whenever hockey ends, you're gonna be in a job where you have to be a good teammate. You have to buy into what your boss is telling you. Just a lot of hockey goes into the real world, which I think is really cool about it.
Yeah, I have to agree, because like most people who don't play hockey just think it's like a hitting sport and just like something that's like very dangerous. But in reality, it's a sport where you can like learn about new people, and like and those people you'll remember for the rest of your life. And it's like something that will always keep with you. Like it's like a life lesson.
Yeah.
Especially.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to teach people about the podcast, and you're helping it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now this question I'm actually really interested in asking you. It's like, what's like most changed when you were growing up from like hockey now?
I think the speed's gotten a lot faster. The skill's gotten a lot faster. Gotten a lot better, I should say. But I think one thing that is declining, and what I do in the summer, is try to get the kids' brains working. Because, again, anyone can stick handle through cones and shoot the puck, but can you solve a problem in the fastest game on earth? Because there's never no plays that are the same. It's always fast moving. I think the brain is what's lacking, and what I know I try to focus on in the summer with my son's teams, and my daughter just starting out. She's gonna be a nice little project, but it's just, I think the brain and the hockey IQ is where I don't think kids watch enough hockey anymore. They just watch the highlights. They watch the minute clips of the nice goals, nice saves, but they're not watching the winger break the puck out and make a nice pass to the centerman who's in position. So I think the hockey IQ is one thing that I know I focus on.
Yeah, I mean, like you're talking about the speed and the stick handling, but like you used to use these old skates, but now like you got these new skates that definitely helps.
I had one pieces by ninth grade, so I remember getting my first like Synergy one piece. We used to have the two pieces. I had wood sticks when my dad had wood sticks sponsorship with the high school, so I could get some of those, and I remember those pieces of lumber. But yeah, the technology's definitely got better, the skating, but I still think the more pucks you shoot, the better you're going to get. The more you stick handle, the better your stick handle's going to get. It's just, that hasn't changed. The technology has. It allows the skill to get better, the speed. But again, it's just rolling your sleeves up and putting in extra work, when some kids they're playing video games and not really doing anything to get better every day.
Yeah. For sure. You're talking about the one piece skates. I think you saw you were using True Skates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use True Skates too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's very, very odd topic, but I just saw you.
I like them. I cut my Achilles actually, and so after that my skates were breaking down, so my ankle was hurting. So I gave True a try, and they last longer, I found, when I first moved into them, and so it's been good.
Yeah, I feel like it's more comfortable too, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely. I really like true skates.
Yeah.
Whenever I see somebody that have true skates, I always have to like talk to them, you know.
Oh yeah.
And definitely, I feel like the hockey IQ you're talking about too. I think you're right about that. It's definitely because you have to think more about like the game. You have to think because like it's unexpected, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So like you have to like come up with plays like
there's
really
always
fast.
a different situation that you might be. You might be a right winger, but guess what? It's not going to be the same all the time. You got to know the situation, what time of the period it is, what the score is. There's a lot that goes into it than just trying to cheat the offense and score a goal.
Yeah, because like if there could be like 1 second left and you could be trying to like stick handle to everybody when you should just like shoot.
Yeah.
So I definitely see what you're going with this, for sure. Finally, I want to talk to you about some fun questions. And so the first one we have here is, what's your favorite goal you've ever scored?
There's a couple. I'd say my first goal in the NHL was cool. And then I scored a nice goal against Atlanta Thrashers. Have you ever heard of the Atlanta Thrashers?
No, I've heard of it.
I scored a nice goal against them. And then scoring the state championship with the Marlborough High Panthers, that's always I had a few goals that game, but scoring in that state championship that we eventually won is definitely in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah, because I know you have a lot of goals you scored. Because I think you're in the Rink for the most goals scored. So
there's a 100-point club.
Yeah,
I'm in the 100-point club.
A lot to choose from. A lot to choose from. Second question is, what's the toughest opponent you've ever faced?
I'd say I don't know. When I thought of that, I remember a game against the Flyers at their barn, and there ended up being like 6 guys on the bench because there were so many brawls there with our team. So that was definitely I think I was a rookie, so I was like, all this fighting. I'm like, I'm not here to fight, but we ended up battling those guys. There was a fight right off the face-off, like to start the game. It was just bad blood, but that's a tough. When I saw that question, that's the first one I thought about.
Yeah, definitely. You fight off the first second. That's yeah.
You know it's gonna be a long game.
I think for the 4-nation, Team USA and Canada, they fought like 3 times in 9 seconds.
That was awesome.
That kind of reminds me of that. You kind of reminded me of that now.
Yeah.
Third question is, what's your favorite rink you've ever played in?
Oh, I'd say Montreal Canadiens barn is pretty sweet for pro, and then North Dakota when we were at UNH, we went there. That rink is really, really cool. The atmosphere, everything about it.
Mhm. I'd say the Worcester rink too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Worcester rink. That was my favorite. You got a restaurant. You got everything you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rink's my favorite. Number 4. What's the funniest locker room story you can tell? Family friendly on the podcast. The podcast.
No, I made the mistake. A teammate of mine with the Ottawa Center, he's a fighter. We sat next to each other in the locker room, but we always did little digs and like whether it's just little things. But one time, like kind of just chirping each other and whatnot. But one time he was doing a radio interview after practice, and I walked by him, splashed him with water. He didn't move an inch, didn't do anything. And then next practice, all my clothes were in the the cold tub. It was all the clothes I wore to the rink. I had to talk to the trainers about drying my stuff because I couldn't go home without any clothes. So that was a scary but fun memory I'll have forever.
That's why you gotta be nice to the equipment managers. Yeah, definitely. That must have been a fun time.
Yeah.
Oh, lastly, if you could play one game with any NHL player, like playing now or like retired, who would you pick and why?
You should look up Joe Sakic, but he's someone I would enjoy playing on a line with, or just to watch, even just go through team game warm-ups and all that. I think I really enjoyed watching him growing up.
What did you learn most about the player? Did you learn like skating more about the player? Did you learn like stick handling?
I think it was how he could score goals from anywhere. I think is what probably motivated me to shoot pucks.
From anywhere? Dang, I'm gonna have to watch him. I need my shots to be better, so I'm definitely gonna have to watch him. Okay. Coach, your story is a great example of what hockey's all about: passion, perseverance, and giving back. What is one message you would like every young player to take from your story?
I would just say never give up. Always work hard, always be a good teammate, but honestly, just never give up and just use things ebb and flow. When things are low, just use that as motivation. That's the biggest thing I think I had. I had a lot of things that we haven't talked about that motivated me, whether it was not making national development team when I went out with a couple guys locally from here. They made the team. 3 of us went out, 2 of them stayed. I had to come home. If you don't think that motivated me to keep working, it did. And there's a few of those along the way that I think the biggest thing is control what you can control and never give up, because you never know. Just take any opportunity you get, just run with it and take advantage, because I think that's my story. Is I got some great opportunities and I ran with it, and I honestly just never gave up. And again, I can shoot pucks with my kids and still be in the rink, and I love it.
Yeah, your shots. I have to say your shots are really good. You're gonna have to teach me. Thank you so much for being a part of Puck Pals. You've shown us your goals. You've shown us your trophies. You've shown us everything. We're definitely have to bring you back on, because like we have like a lot more to talk about still. We just covered like the basics, but you definitely have more in depth stuff to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. Love to come back.
Yeah. So thank you again for being on the podcast. And to all our listeners, keep skating hard, keep having fun, and never forget why you love the game. I am Noah, and see you next time.